Did you know there's a city on Spain's eastern coast where ancient traditions meet cutting-edge design, where orange blossoms fill the air and futuristic buildings rise from tranquil gardens? Welcome to Valencia, a place where Mediterranean soul, history and innovation blend into one unforgettable experience. Often overshadowed by Barcelona and Madrid, Valencia is a city that quietly surprises you. It's the birthplace of paella, home to some of Europe's most striking modern architecture, and a cultural powerhouse filled with festivals, beaches, and sunshine nearly all year round. Whether you're into Gothic cathedrals or sleek science museums, whether you're a foodie, a beach lover, or a curious traveller in search of hidden gems, Valencia has something for everyone. So, lace up your shoes and get ready to explore Spain's third largest city like never before. In this video, we'll uncover the best places to visit, the top local experiences, essential travel tips, and the delicious flavours that make Valencia truly unique. Let's begin our journey through one of the most vibrant and dynamic cities in Europe. Start your visit in the beating heart of Valencia, the Old Town or Ciutat Vella. Here, every corner tells a story, from Roman roots to Moorish rule to the Christian reconquest that shaped the city's skyline. Begin at Plaza de la Virgen, one of the oldest and most atmospheric squares in Valencia. It's framed by architectural icons, the Valencia Cathedral, the Basilica of the Virgin of the Forsaken, and the Palacio de la Generalidad. At the centre stands a symbolic fountain representing the Turia River, the lifeblood of the region. Step into the cathedral and you'll find a mix of Romanesque, Gothic, Baroque, and neoclassical styles, each reflecting a chapter of history. But the real treasure? A chalice in the cathedral's chapel that many believe to be the Holy Grail. Whether or not you're a believer, it's one of the most revered relics in Europe. Just outside, don't miss the El Migueletti Tower. Climb its 207 steps for sweeping views of the city's rooftops and domes. At sunset, with golden light bouncing off the ancient stones, it's nothing short of magical. From here, wander down winding streets, lined with artisan shops, local bakeries and hidden cafes. You're in the perfect place to get lost. And that's the point. Just a few blocks away lies one of Valencia's true masterpieces, the Mercat Central. Step inside and you'll be greeted by a riot of colours, aromas and sounds. A true celebration of Valencian life and flavour. This is one of the oldest and largest covered markets in Europe. But more than that, it's a living, breathing symbol of the city's love affair with food. The iron and glass structure is stunning, a perfect blend of modernist design and Mediterranean spirit. Stroll past stalls overflowing with local produce, ruby red tomatoes, piles of oranges, saffron threads, artisan cheeses, and freshly caught seafood from the nearby coast. Vendors call out their daily specials and you'll hear snippets of Valencian and Spanish, laughter and clinking glasses. Don't just look, taste. Grab a cone of jamón ibérico, sample a spoonful of olives marinated in garlic and orange zest, or sip a cold horchata with fartons for dipping. It's not just a market, it's breakfast, lunch and a cultural lesson, all in one. And if you're into architecture, take a moment to look up. The colourful ceramic domes, stained glass, and wrought iron details are just as mouth-watering as the food. Right across from the Mercat Central stands one of the city's most iconic buildings, La Lonja de la Seda, the Silk Exchange. Step inside, and you're instantly transported back to the 15th century, Valencia's golden age of trade and maritime power. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is a masterpiece of civil Gothic architecture. The main hall, with its soaring twisted columns and vaulted ceilings, looks like something out of a medieval fantasy. But this wasn't a church or palace. It was a marketplace where merchants from across the Mediterranean came to strike deals, sign contracts, and shape the economy of a kingdom. Take your time to explore the Orange Tree Courtyard and the Old Merchants' Tribunal. Even if you're not an architecture buff, the quiet grandeur of the space is unforgettable. Then, step outside and continue through the Carmen neighbourhood, one of Valencia's oldest districts, yet also one of its most creative. Street art splashes colour on centuries-old walls. Hip cafes and concept boutiques sit beside Gothic palaces and ancient convents. It's this blend of the old and the edgy that makes Valencia so alive. If Valencia's old town whispers stories of the past, the city of arts and sciences shouts boldly toward the future. Designed by Santiago Calatrava, this striking complex is a modern architectural wonder, all gleaming white curves, glass, and reflections. It looks like something from another planet, or at least another century. Start your visit at l'Hémisphérique, shaped like a giant eye, housing an IMAX theatre and planetarium. Then make your way to the Musée de la Science, an interactive science museum designed like the skeleton of a whale. It's fun, engaging, and surprisingly photogenic. Walk along the turquoise water channels and you'll arrive at L'Umbraco, a lush garden walkway with tropical plants and contemporary art. And finally, don't miss l'Oceanographique, Europe's largest aquarium. Here you can walk through underwater tunnels surrounded by sharks, belugas, and jellyfish, drifting like alien dancers. But even if you don't enter a single building, just being here is an experience. Come at sunset, when the white structures reflect the golden sky and the whole place feels almost sacred in its stillness. This is Valencia's soul, always honouring its past but never afraid to imagine what's next. Beneath the bridges of Valencia flows not a river but a garden. What was once the Turia River is now the Jardin del Turia, a 9-kilometre-long green ribbon that runs through the city like a living artery. After a catastrophic flood in the 1950s, the river was diverted, and instead of filling the dry riverbed with roads or buildings, Valencia turned it into a park. Today, it's one of the largest urban parks in Spain, and easily one of the most beloved. Locals walk their dogs, jog past fountains, cycle under orange trees, and gather for picnics on sunny afternoons. Follow the path and you'll pass playgrounds, skate parks, sculptures, and even a giant Gulliver. Yes, a massive playground in the shape of the literary character, where children climb over his arms and slide down his legs. The Turia Gardens connect the old and new parts of the city, from the historic Torres de Serranos to the futuristic city of arts and sciences. But more than that, they connect you to Valencian daily life. This is where the city breathes, where you slow down, where you feel part of something local, natural, and timeless. And just above the park's banks, you'll find charming neighbourhoods like Ruzafa and El Carmen, where cafes spill out onto the sidewalks, galleries open late, and the scent of espresso and fresh flowers fills the air. This is the Mediterranean lifestyle, not just something you observe, but something you live. You can't truly say you've been to Valencia until you've tasted its soul. And here, the soul is served on a wide, shallow pan, simmering in golden saffron and bursting with flavour. This is the home of paella, and while you might have tried it elsewhere in Spain, nothing compares to having the original right where it was born. But be warned, in Valencia, paella is sacred. The traditional recipe calls for rabbit, chicken, green beans, flat beans, sometimes snails, and always the finest bomba rice, grown just outside the city in the wetlands of Albufera. No chorizo, no seafood. That's a different dish altogether. For the real thing, head to restaurants around Albufera like El Palmar, where chefs cook over open firewood and serve paella the way generations have before them. Or try a cooking class, where you can learn the secrets behind the socarrat, that crispy, caramelized bottom layer that every local lives for. But paella is just the beginning. Valencia's food scene is vibrant, diverse, and deeply rooted in the land. Stroll through the Mercat Central, one of the largest and most beautiful markets in Europe. Under its stained glass domes and iron arches, you'll find stalls overflowing with fresh seafood, local produce, jamon, cheeses, olives, saffron, and citrus. The market isn't just a place to buy food, it's a place to experience it. Watch vendors slice jamon iberico with surgical precision. Sample manchego aged to perfection. Smell oranges that still carry the scent of the grove. Here, every bite tells a story of land, sea, and tradition. For something sweet, try a horchata, a creamy, refreshing drink made from tiger nuts, served ice cold with fartons, a fluffy pastry for dipping. You'll find the best in traditional horchaterias around the city. Valencia is Mediterranean in the best sense of the word, a place where food is fresh, seasonal, and deeply social. Meals are long, laughter is loud, and the table is always the heart of the home. If you really want to feel the heartbeat of Valencia, there's no better time than in March, when the city explodes into one of the most extraordinary festivals in Europe, Las Fallas. What begins as a tribute to St. Joseph has become a mesmerizing spectacle of fire, artistry, satire, and celebration. Giant sculptures, sometimes 20 meters tall, fill the plazas, each more surreal, beautiful, or provocative than the last. And then, one by one, they're burned in towering infernos as thousands cheer and weep in equal measure. It's wild, poetic, chaotic, and unforgettable. The whole city becomes a stage. Firecracker shows, the mascletas, shake the ground daily at 2 p.m. in Plaza del Ayuntamiento. Brass bands fill the streets, locals dress in traditional silk costumes, and the smell of smoke and fresh churros hangs in the air. If you come during Las Fallas, be ready to sleep little and feel everything. But even outside of festival season, Valencia pulses with life and culture. Catch a performance at the Palau de la Música, or lose yourself in modern art at Ivam or Bombas Gens. Join locals in Ruzafa, the city's trendiest neighbourhood, where colourful murals, indie boutiques and bohemian cafes create a creative playground full of energy and soul. And when the day winds down, there's always the beach. Walk along the marina, watch the sunset from La Malvarosa, or simply sit in the warm sand as the waves roll in and the sky turns gold. Valencia is not a city that begs to be loved. It just is, effortlessly beautiful, deeply authentic, a place where the past lives comfortably beside the future, and where everyday life still feels full of wonder. So, if you're looking for a place that blends history, innovation, gastronomy, and a touch of magic, Valencia might just be the city your soul has been waiting for. Which part of Valencia are you most excited to explore? Let us know in the comments. Give this video a like if it inspired your next trip. And don't forget to subscribe for more authentic travel guides to Spain's hidden and not so hidden gems. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next adventure.